Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today we're going to be taking a look at the machinery in the farm. So let's get started. There's a good bit to get through, so I'm just going to roughly go over everything. So as you can see there, a JCB 520-50. Naha Farm, it's a site one. It has the lower cab, great for getting in and out of sheds. We also have a Pro Dig shear bucket for it and spikes for it. There's also, you can just about make in there now, the Massey Ferguson 780 special. There's also at the back of that, getting a bit closer, there's a heap of fertilizer bags have to be got rid of now. But behind that there's a 4 straw walker Ransom's Thrasher. There's the 2 vintage tractors there. One is a Ferguson Continental, the other's a Ford Ferguson. Red Rock grain trailer, a quad, a shaker, a Superior grain roller in there. And we're just, now I'm in the farm, I'm just feeding calves. I said I'd do the video, and all the jag and all that is out at the house, so we'll go do these and I'll finish the video when I get out to the house. You can see there a Coon or Rouch, it's all the one 3-ton spreader. 7/6/10 self-propelled sprayer with a Schaefer mounted, front axle dropped off it, and it's bolted to the back of it and is articulated. When we bought the machine, we also got a pallet with the front axle and all the bits to put the tractor back. And over here then we have that's a 12 or 24 meter sprayer. There's a Hardy 12 meter sprayer, a bucket for filling plastic bags, an Abbey agitator. You can see the pump in there for spreading slurry, a single rotor rake, a straw blower, pan buster or flat lift, Covernal 10-foot mower, for a slatted board variable width plough. I don't know what that is. It's a power harrow anyways. With the John Deere there now, it's fully serviced. Running out yesterday cutting rushes with it on one of the 6290s, a 03 with front suspension. Now we're just in the middle of getting silage equipment ready, as we'll be cutting silage hopefully next Thursday if it's not raining, and we've yet to get around to the tar up, but we have the John Deere going. We also have a Euro Swart Woofler, another Abbey Abbey 400H2L agitator. That one is in a bit rougher state but has a top fill for blowing into tanks. You can see there the wrapper. The wrapper is 94, yes, 23, it's on its 23rd season, and it was exported to the Netherlands and then came back, and that's when we got it. We've a plant trailer, that's my 135 Fleming yard scraper, that's the compressor off for the pump. Up here now, the K2 dung spreader we have borrowed at the moment because we have an Abbey dung spreader and it is broke, so we're borrowing that at the moment. We've 6480 04 with loader, as you can see in the front of it, heavy duty. There's a Lemkin Reuben 9 on the back of it, and then we have the Hearn it is an 18-foot silage trailer there. You can see there we've got new crates for, was it last year? No, it's year before last, because they were rotten and we never got the bottom repainted, so it looks a bit shabby. Then we have the Umbilical Tractor. It's on 10 10s in the back, which is 1 meter and 1 centimeter, and on the front is 820s. And front reeler, Slurry Cache on the front, and Slurry Cache 9 meter dribble bar in the back. Fleming transport box, the grape for the loading shovel, a homemade trailer. It was originally an articulated lorry trailer, but then we threw the drawbar on it for drawing bales. So keep going on down the yard now, and we have a 4 furrow plough, standard plough, the 20-foot Vaderstad ring roller behind it. There's a mole plough, a loader bucket, digger bucket. We have a 15-ton Daewoo there on wide tracks. We have a homemade silage trailer. We have another trainer silage trailer there, and we go on down through the shed now, and we have an Ursus, what is the Ursus 4512 Deluxe, yeah, 4512 Deluxe, and a Keenan 80 diet feeder. And then over there, as you can see just at the end of the shed, we have a Lynch 24-foot trailer, and then the rest of the machines are around the back of the slurry store. So I'll just pause it and move around to there. So now we're at the back of the slurry store. We have our loading shovel there, a Vareni 9013B, I think it is. 6270 with front links and front PTO, with the class linear 880 profile rake, which the rake's only after being serviced and getting a wash and is ready for silage. We also have an old Amazon spreader there. That's our dung spreader, which is broke at the moment. The main bearings in the rotor for spreading are gone, AP900. There's one of the 2500 gallon tankers, cane trailer, another trainer trailer. There's our other 2500 gallon tanker. It's a hydraulic PTO, so there's no PTO. It's hydraulically driven off the tractor, which makes it way safer, and it's just huge compared to the other one. We also have a Slurry Cache extra reeler for carrying more piping. We have a hedge cutter behind that. Well, I think it's a Bumford hedge cutter with an old slurry system over there. The hay bob you can just make out in the reeds, and there's an old fodder box. And after that, the rest of the machines, there's a couple in the shed on the farm, and then the rest are all over at the house. So I'll just pause it again, and we'll... Also forgot now, there's two 165s in there. One is an original, or a normal one, and the other is a 165 industrial. You can just about make it out in at the back, yellow tractor. I just seen it was passing by, I said I'll stop and do it, so we go to... So now we're in another shed there. There's an original, I think it's a TVO20 at the back. There's a 35X there, which we restored in 2008 for the 100th anniversary vintage show. I can't just remember where it was. And then we have a Nutfield, Universal, damn, I can't think of what the serial number is. And then there's the whole crop header for the forage harvester. I think it's a 20 foot. No, it's not a 20 foot. It's maybe 18 or I'm not too sure. That's it there. It's not a direct cut, it's literally just a combine header, and we have an adapter plate for it. You can't really see too well. Yeah, and that's really it. Then the other side, there's an old Massey Ferguson skid steer with the engine gone in it, and we have an engine to replace it, but we just have to get around to fixing that. So we'll move on to the next sheds at home. So now we're back in the yard. As you can see there, the tank is in the shed and that. It's awful windy out now. You can't really see it. There's a 3075 there on the lawn with a land leveler. We were reseeding last week, and it got abandoned there when we were in the middle of working on machines. It didn't get moved. So that's what you can see there. And we'll just go down here. There's the old compressor there, which is fucked. The compressing unit's gone in it. There's the PU300 HT class header. The trunk, or the neck of the harvester, is on it. We were servicing that. We had to take out smooth rollers, as you can see there behind it. Two 578 premium John Deere balers, one with a wide pickup, one with a narrower pickup. One baler is 07, the other one I think is 10. The wider pickup is the newer one, which is that one there, and then the other one is the older one. And then we'll go into the shed and look at the combines and the Jag and all the other harvesting stuff's in the shed. Well, maybe we'll just go into the workshop first. There's some old vintage yokes in there. As you can see straight, you can't really see now at the dark. In there is a John Deere Model M vintage. Now there's a heap of vintage tractors around the yard. Most, about 90% of them don't work. As you can see there, we're only after getting that. We have all the implements that would have came with it in the farm. There's a heap of engines and stuff I didn't show you in the shed. And behind that there's a shell of an Austin 7 Ruby. And if we go into the KIP, which is the workshop, in over there you can see there's a Ferguson Model N and another nutfield, a petrol nutfield. We'll go back out here and we'll go in beside the Jaguar. And then this is the beast of the whole operation, the Jaguar, class Jaguar 890 600 horses. She's putting on more horses than she should, as the men that previously owned her blew the engine trying to come to Maze with a 6-row header, and they put in a bigger engine. And then also behind that we have the Massey Ferguson 38 combine harvester, which is the full of the shed. It's massive. The grain bin holds 7 ton. It has greedy boards on it, which allows it to do that, and it's 5-straw walker. And then as you can see there, well, it gets a bit tight now in this shed. We have a Massey Ferguson 590. The last thing, my father purchased another silage harvester. And then we also have the Maze header for that, for the Jag. There's the adapter for the whole crop header, you can see there. This is what the last thing he bought. JF Universal FH113 single chop harvester, which he plans on pulling with the 590. And you can see there, then there's a 788 Massey Ferguson combine, now lawnmower, and there's a Massey Ferguson 400 combine there. Both of them are in original condition, out of the factory original. And then over here there's a 35 gold belly, a Ferguson 35 Deluxe, which Deluxe just stands for the dual clutch. And then behind it there's an owl yoke for the JFFC80, which you can see there. There's a heap of harvesters here, spoke extension on the ground beside it. There's the JFFC80. There's a video of it working. A lot of these machines you'll see working on my YouTube channel. And then we have the New Holland, I think it's a 717 harvester. On top there is our beet sower, and below is the maize sower. So that's really it. Now there's a couple of things that I haven't shown you that we have. We have another 6290 and a 6270, both just standard tractors that both are 01s out in the field that aren't at the house. Also the 4 metre Massey Ferguson 30 drill is in an out farm along with the header for the combine, which is a 20-foot header. That's also out on the same out farm. And I also didn't show you the beak equipment. I forgot about it. It was at the back of the silage pit. There's a single row almond harvester. Yeah, isn't it? Almond salmon or salmon almond or whatever it is. And there's a twin row as well. And also a high spec washer chopper and another almond salver. I can't think of it. Almond salmon or whatever it is, cleaner loader. And I think that's it. Now there's there's a couple of other vintage yokes. There's even on the back at the other side of the combines, there's 2 pallets with a Ferguson 20 on it. It would be my great grandfather's first tractor. We managed to refine it and recover it, and it's sitting on 2 pallets, got taken apart, and that's as far as it got. And there's also another Ferguson 20 out in the lawn, along with a nut field that was converted into a forklift. Well, this just has a forklift conversion on the back of it, and the wheel and the seat haul facing the wrong way. And that's really it. That's all the machines I can think of. I'm sorry about it being the little pocket phone thing. My sister went off with her camera, so I couldn't borrow it. So yeah, that's really it. If you have any suggestions or anything on what I should do next around the farm, if you want to go look at cows outside, or look at the bulls in the shed, or look at really anything else, or you want me to break down some of the machines in detail and the history behind them, I can do that also. And I suppose that's really it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck.